Welcome to the continuation of my video series on QGIS. In this video, I will be taking you through how to create a simple map with QGIS. You'll recall that in the last video, I showed you how we can download free spatial data from the internet. And we downloaded two sets of data. One was the administrative boundary data for Nigeria, and the other one were the data on the road network. So here in this video, we'll be making use of those data sets to produce maps. And we want to see how that is done. So let's start right away. So let's open our QGIS. In another video, I showed you how to download QGIS software from the internet and how to install it and open it. And in that video, I explained what some of the features you are looking at on the screen represents. We have the menu bar, which if you click on, you will see different things that you can do with them. The edit menu, the view, layer, settings, and so on, all through to help menu. And then you have the toolbars. That's all these icons here, these buttons here. These are the toolbars. And you have the layer panel, which is the one on the left here. And the wide area on the right-hand side here is the map canvas. This is the map canvas. This is where your map will appear anytime you bring up a layer here. It will show here, it will be displayed here. And then, of course, you have the below here at the base here, you have the coordinates as well as the scale. And here you can adjust the scale of your map and so on. So let's start right away by bringing in our data set. Now, what we want to do is we want to produce the map of Nigeria showing the various states in the country. That's the goal. That's the end goal for this exercise. So, as I explained earlier on, it's like a factory process where you have machines or equipment that are tools used in producing goods. So QGIS is the tool. So we bring in raw materials, which is our spatial data, the raw data we downloaded from the internet. We feed it into QGIS, process it there, and then we'll get the final output, which will be our map. So the final output we are expecting from this exercise is the map of Nigeria showing the various states of the country and the road network. So let's do that right away. So we will come to layer here because every data we are bringing in into QGIS is regarded as a layer and they will be on top of each other. So we are selecting add layer because the layer already exists in the data. We already downloaded it. So we are adding, we just want to add it to this, to the QGIS now. So we'll select vector layer because we are dealing with shape files. If you check some other background materials on GIS, you would have learned the difference between vector data and raster data. We are using vector data here. That is what we downloaded from the internet. And those are the shape files we'll be using. So if you recall, before I do this, let me just show you again the folder containing the data sets that we downloaded. See, we downloaded two sets of data. One was NGA admin, the other was NGA roads. They were zip files, if you recall, compressed. We now unzipped them. If you want to see how that was done, you need to check the previous video. When they were opened up or unzipped, when they were unzipped or extracted, we have this for roads. We have this set of files for roads. And for the Nigeria admin, we have this set of files. So from these files, the ones we need for our map are the shape files. That's the ones with extension .shp, extension shp. Those are the ones we will need. And there are 3 of them in this whole lot. We have one that is nga-admin0.shp, nga-admin1.shp, and nga-admin2.shp. Those are the 3 files we will be making use of. And for the roads, we have a shapefile here too, nga-roads.shp. That's the one we'll be selecting. So let's do that right away. So we come to layer and we say add layer, and we come to add vector layer. When you click add vector layer, it opens up this data source manager window. This dialog box expects us to indicate what data we want. And as usual, you will see that if you have worked on any, or if you have worked on this before, the last data set you brought up will be displayed here. If you have not worked with it before, you will see it blank like this. So what you are expected to do is to specify the data set you want to use. The vector data set you want to use have to be specified here. Now, you don't begin to type it here, no. You click on this browse button, this button on the right here. This is the browse button. So when you click on it, it will open your folder. If it doesn't open the folder you want, you have to navigate to the folder containing your data sets. And right there and then, select the ones that have .shp, that's the shape files. You can open them one at a time, or you click multiples of them and open them all together. So here I've selected admin0.shp. I will come to admin1. So I will hold down the control key on the keyboard, and then I'll click on this to select it. Then I'll do the same for admin2.shp. Also, I'll click on that. So it's done. So I have selected the 3 shape files now. What I will then do is to click open. So when I click open, the 3 files will be here. I will now need to add them to my layer panel. I told you the shape files are layers. So I will click add, this button here, add. See, and they are all added here. Then I will close this dialog box. I'm through with it. So I have 3 layers added here. nga admin 0, nga admin 1, nga admin 2. Those are the things added. Now you can see the boxes in front of, before each of them, each box is checked. So let's uncheck these boxes. Let's uncheck them. See, when we uncheck all of them, nothing is displayed on the map canvas, as you can see. Now, let's come here. Let's select the first, this last one at the bottom, admin 0, and let's check the box and see what it is. So look at it. This is the map of Nigeria as one entity. There's no division, no administrative boundaries. It's just the boundary, the national, international boundary of the country that is shown here. So as one entity. So that is this shape file. So if what we want is such that we can make use of this data, fine, we'll go by it. But don't forget, I said earlier on that our desire is to produce the map of Nigeria showing the various states and the road network. So this one now doesn't contain state division. So we will not be able to use this one at all. So let's uncheck it. Let's click the next one, this admin 1. We check it. So what is this? This is also map of Nigeria, but then we see this now divided into states. We see state divisions there. So this fulfills our needs because we want to produce map of Nigeria showing the states and the road network. So at least here, this one shows the states. So this is useful, this is relevant. We note that. So we uncheck it. Let's see what is this other one, this admin 2. What is it? Let's check it. Check the box there. Now, this is also map of Nigeria, but you can see the administrative division is into local government areas. All these are local government areas. Local government areas. Now, normally, when you download data from the internet or from any source, the data will come with what we call metadata. Metadata is what people refer to as data about data. The owner of the data set will provide some information about the data set. So if you check the information behind this data set that we have downloaded, if you read the full information, they would have specified there that the admin 0 is showing the country without any division. Admin 1 is the one showing the state boundaries, and admin 2 is the one showing the local government boundaries. So such data will always come uh, with data sets that you download. So we know these are local government areas. Okay. So this doesn't meet what we need because we want to produce map of Nigeria showing the states, not local governments. So we wouldn't need this. So of all the three, this is the one we'll need. The map of Nigeria showing the state boundaries. We'll need this one. But then we also need the road network. So we'll go back to layer. We want to go and add it now. Add, and then add vector layer. We'll click on that. So we'll come to this browse button here. We need to browse to where our road data are. So we come here, NGA roads. So this is where we have our files. And this is the only one there that is a shape file. So we select it. That's the only one there. And we click on open. And then we'll add the data. Don't forget, because if we don't add it, it won't appear on our layer panel. So we need to click add. Yes, thereafter we close. So we close it. Good. So you can see on our screen now the roads. On the layer panel here on the left, you can see the roads right there on top as the topmost layer there. So it's appearing also on our map. It's overlaying the map of Nigeria. It's on top of the administrative map there. Now, let's do something quickly. Just watch. I want to move this new data set now to the base here. I want to move it down. So it's vector data, it's line. I will click on it, hold the mouse as you click on it and drag it down. See, it has come to the base. But if you look at our map, the roads are no longer visible, even though it is checked here. It's checked there, it's checked there, but it's no more visible. Now let's uncheck this Nigeria admin 1. Let's uncheck it. You see the roads are showing. These are the roads because that's the only layer here that is checked. Now let's select admin. Let's check admin 1 again. See, the roads are no longer appearing. Why that is so is because the admin 1 is a polygon, whereas roads represent lines. And in GIS, the arrangement is that lines should always be above polygons, not below. So here now the lines are below the polygons, so the polygons have covered up the line, so we cannot see the line. So in order to see the line, we need to move the the line up. So I click on it and drag it up to the very top. You can see now it has appeared again. So that is how to prepare the map. Now, in subsequent videos, we'll still do more with this map. Because it's not yet in the final state we want it to be. We'll still do a little more work on it in the next video. Join me in the next video. Thanks for watching.